Hey guys, welcome to the Woven Podcast. So those of you who have been following along know that it takes a very specific headspace to be able to channel. You can't be upset, excited, emotions can't be too high or too low. And let me just preface this episode by saying I am not in the right headspace. So instead of doing what I was originally going to do for this episode, I'm going to actually talk about how to keep your vibrations high. Now, this episode can be for people who are trying to learn mediumship, who want to work on raising their vibration for the sole purpose of talking to spirits, but it can also just be for the people who want to better themselves. So I guess I'll start this episode by telling you things that I personally do to keep my vibration high. The first thing is watching what goes into my body. Now, this includes food, but it's mostly focused on things like smoking and drinking. I don't allow alcohol, I don't allow drugs, I don't allow anything of that nature into my body at all ever. And if we want to dive more into the inner workings of Gentry, I actually did drink and I actually did vape for a while. I know, shocker, right guys? And now that I've been able to just cut all of that out of my body, it has been so much better. Not only for my spiritual side, it does make things more clear and I'm able to connect with much higher vibrational spirits, but also it has just improved my day-to-day life. Another shocker. So that's number one. Number two would be who you spend your time with. This is the one that I am struggling with right now, not because I am spending time with somebody who's lowering my vibration, but because I just let go of somebody who I was spending time with that was lowering my vibration. And honestly, what I'm feeling right now that is getting in the way of my headspace isn't like sadness or grief or regret or anything. It's actually just severe disappointment. And so I can't make a podcast episode on anything else except this right now without being a complete fraud. But being able to control who is in your space and what kind of energies are allowed in your space. This can also include media like movies, books, songs, but mainly people. Remember, you are a combination of your 5 closest friends, so make sure your 5 closest friends also have high vibrations. More things that I hold near and dear to my heart in terms of raising your vibration is what comes out of your mouth. Not talking about swear words. I'm talking about the way that you speak of yourself and the way that you speak of others. If you have negative things coming from you, it means that you have negativity inside. So this includes things like talking down to yourself, telling yourself you can't do something, telling yourself you're not worth it. But it's also gossip and slander, and bringing people down just for the sake of bringing people down. Now, let me make myself perfectly clear. Standing up for yourself, expressing your own boundaries, those things are not mean. They're not attacking and they're not going to lower your vibration. In fact, if anything, they're just going to raise you higher because you're protecting your energy. Another thing that really helps me, especially when I have days like this, is just silence and mindfulness. Now, this can be yoga and meditation or whatever, but it can also just be going on a walk. Going and touching some grass, spending time in nature, being able to just be present in the now and be thankful for where you are and what's been given to you. And here's a tip that I actually learned when I was doing debate. Fake confidence looks exactly like real confidence. There's no telling them apart. And honestly, that is the whole basis of the phrase fake it till you make it. So if these things sound really difficult for you to do, that is genuinely my advice. Fake it till you make it. Just in your mind, think of what a good person looks like. Think of what somebody with a high vibrational energy looks like and feels like and how they would act. And then just be it. And it might be really hard at first, but I promise it will pay off in the end 1,000-fold. Not only just with mediumship if that's your goal, but also with all of the relationships in your life and how you see the world. I think that you'll find that your opinions on things get a lot more positive, and it wasn't until I was able to face my shadows and face the darkness inside me that I was actually able to come to peace with it and find out how to get rid of it. And let me just tell you guys, it is so much better on this side of the line. It's gonna be hard. Quitting nicotine One of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my entire life. Cutting people off, losing friends, maybe even losing family, that's never fun. That's scary. But here's the thing, ultimately all of this pain and all this hardship and this long process that you might have to go through to get your vibration where you want it to be, it is ultimately so worth it. Genuinely, through my experiences, I don't think I have ever been happier with where I am, who I spend my time with, and who I am as a person than I am right now. And it's literally all thanks to what I've discussed in this video. So if you could take one thing away from this mini episode, it would just be a good person, because people will notice your efforts. And I hope my experiences and what I've shared so far in this episode is able to help somebody else. Okay guys, I know it was a short day, but thank you so much for listening to this episode. I'll see you next time.